What is up, everybody? It's Durell, the Whiskey Saint. We are back on another Wednesday, and we're going to be diving back into some blinds, man. It's been a few weeks since I tried to get some of these poor guesses going. I got Dusty Dan coming up again in probably the next week or two. So, I got to start blinding again and trying to sharpen the skills, man. I've been doing pretty well on some blinds as of recently, so I think these have been helping. I've done pretty well to an extent on them. So we're gonna keep it rolling. See if I can potentially maybe call out what's in this sample. Hopefully, it's labeled with the proof and actually what it is. I ran into some cases when that wasn't the case. So stick with me, guys. If you're new to that channel, hit that like and subscribe. We're gonna kick this show off in a minute. Cheers. And we are back, guys. And I got my little handy dandy sample box, which is getting low. You can see some of the samples there, guys. We're going to pull one out of here, flash it to the camera, pour it up, and see where the day takes us. So this one feels pretty full. I'm going to make sure the label is facing outward, and I'm going to turn my head, and hopefully you guys can see what it is. Hold it there for a bit. We're going to cover it up, pour it up. Oh, God, this is scary. This one's super light, guys. Uh-oh. We're gonna top this, and I do not have my handy dandy Glen that I use to throw this in. So we're going to, how are we going to do this? You know what? I got a box. Actually, let's see. Well, we'll put it behind the laptop, guys. There's no cheating. I can't see what it is. It's back there. You got to trust me. I wouldn't cheat because it's no fun. All right, trying to get better, right? So cheating's definitely not going to help me with the blinds. So we're going to swirl this up a bit. That color is pretty darn light. Let's go in for a sniff. I don't know if that's bourbon. Almost a little Irishy. Let's take a sip. Cheers, guys. Oh, that's definitely Irish. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think. Or Scotch. It's definitely not bourbon. I'll tell you that. All right, let's go in for another sip. It hit me as an Irish up front, then it kind of finished like a Scotch with a little bit of maltiness. Nose is nice though. Super sweet, a little bit of citrus there. Not much spice. Not much proof on it either. I would think if it is a Scotch or an Irish, it's probably right around that 92 proof that they usually are around. Let's take another sip. I think this is Irish whiskey. I think it's some sort of redbreast. It doesn't, I know I did what did I guess out of here at one point? I believe it was the PX at one point was in here. I don't think that this is that because that PX just comes across a little bit more berry forward for me. This one comes across a little more oaky in a sense. versus that super sweet berry that I get on the PX. But it does give me that Middleton Redbreast or like Spot vibe. One more sip. Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't want to say definitely because I could be wrong. It doesn't come across, like I said, as that PX, but it does remind me of a Redbreast. I just don't know what somebody would have sent me that is Redbreast. I'm looking at what I got, and I have like the Tawny Pour. I have most of like the regular releases. And the only one that this would have kind of reminded me of, because it's not as fruity as some of the finished ones, is the Kentucky Oak project that they did. I think they just literally sourced some Kentucky Oak and aged that whiskey in that. But this just comes across a little bit more oaky, but it does lack that fruitiness on the nose and the palate that you get off the port, the sherries, and such. It's definitely not a cash strength by any means. Drinks too easy. But yeah, guys, I would say Irish whiskey, 90 to say 92 proof. My bottle guess would be the Kentucky Oak, but I don't think anybody's ever sent me that, to be honest. Because I have the bottle. Granted, I do have some samples that people send me that I do own as well, but I don't remember anybody sending me. Now I'm gonna take one more sip, then we're just gonna reveal what that sample was, guys, and see how close I was. I'm pretty certain it's Irish. I know it's around that proof point. I just don't really know the bottle. And it's pretty good, easy drinker. I just wished it was maybe just a little sweeter, maybe up front on the nose and on the palate, but has some good flavor. Like it's not gonna wow me, or it's probably not gonna wow you, but it's definitely drinkable. Um, I wouldn't be mad about the purchase if I purchased this bottle. Like it's tasty. It just like from an Irish standpoint in terms of like Middleton and such, I just like it to be a little bit more fruit forward on the nose and palate, which this one doesn't have. But it's still a good whiskey, right? So we're gonna take one more sip, guys. We're gonna reveal and cut this off. Thanks for sticking with me so far. Hits you right on the mid, not so much on the front or at the back of the palate, but the flavors do sit a little bit on the tongue, which is pretty nice. But at such a low proof, you're not expecting it to wow you on the finish, but the flavors are nice. Like I said, just lacking a little bit more of the fruit side of things that I would prefer on a whiskey like this. But all in all, good whiskey. Not mad about it at all. Whoever sent it, thank you for sending it. Hopefully, I can tell by the handwriting or the label on there. But let's see what I was drinking, guys. Let me grab that bottle back there. And this is, holy crap. That's my handwriting. So that might have been like what I normally do, guys. And I don't know how it ended up in this box, but when I get a bottle, I pour a 2-ounce pour of everything I own. So I have basically a running catalog of said bottles that I've owned, right? So they go into boxes like these, that hold about 80. And they sit there until, obviously the bottle's gone. And I'm like, oh, I want to maybe try this. So it's kind of cataloged within that. But I actually bottle guessed it, guys. Redbreast Kentucky Oak. 101 proof. So I thought 92, which is typical from the Redbreast side of things, or maybe 96 or so. But headshot at the bottom. Can't be mad about that, right? And like I said, it came across a little bit more of like that oakier side versus the PX and the tawny that you get that nice sweetness up front. But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy. Only thing I got wrong was proof, but headshot in a bottle, calling the distillery, the type. I was right there, guys. Not mad at all. So, Dan, Dusty Dan, man, I can't wait, man. We're back on your channel probably in a couple weeks, man. Hopefully I do as well as this. Call a couple bottles and bang it out. But yeah, quarterfinals, man. Me and Major Zero, we're trying to take that title. But this is a good start to, that whiskey blind. Headshot in the first one in a couple weeks, man. That's pretty exciting. But yeah, we're gonna leave it off at that, guys. Drop the mic on that bottle call. Cheers to everybody here. Have a good night.
Jeff, just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello